Today we're going to read from the Heads Up English website. Our article is Men or Chatterboxes Too. All right, could you read for me? If you have questions, you can stop and ask, or we can ask questions at the end. You may start. Men or Chatterboxes Too.
Who do you think speaks more, men or women? Many people believe that women are more talkative. There are many jokes about how much and what women talk about. But new research be surprising shows that both men and women speak more or less equally.
That was which. It's
Which
which. Mm-hmm.
400 university students in the United States and Mexico participated in the study. Researchers recorded the students' daily conversation for several days. After analyzing the data, the researchers discovered that women used a little more than 16,000 words every day, and as for men, they use a little less than 60,000 words. However, the report also admits these numbers could change as men and women grow older. Several myths were proven wrong because of the report. For example, it isn't true that men speak only when there's something important to say. In fact, men gossip as much as women. No, not sure. However, according to the study, women actually talk more about relationship. Sure. A psychologist at Yale University,
A psychologist.
psychologist at Yale University commented about stereotypes between men and women. She said, men and women may have different speaking habits during an argument, and the idea about men and women probably come from arguments between the genders. Other studies have shown that guys become quiet and women talk more during conflict.
Okay, I think that is the end, but let me check to see if there's more. Okay, yeah, that's the end of that. Are there any questions about this article?
I'm sure this article was written by a woman.
Now, why would you think that it perhaps is written by a female?
Because I suppose that men are less talkative than women. You can see that when the phone call, most of the time women answer to the phone, not men. And for example, if I talk with someone in the phone, it usually lasts more time than if it's my wife who talk. No, I'm sure of that.
All right, let's take a look at some of the questions that are asked. I somehow want to agree that I would have thought women talk more than men. It would not be equal. I think women tend to talk more, speaking from a women's perspective. So what does chatterbox mean? And can you use it in a sentence? And even give me examples using the word chatterbox. Okay, so I'm here.
Yeah, select one or all of the following.
No, define what a chatterbox is. What is a chatterbox?
A chatterbox is someone who speaks a lot usually.
So a chatterbox is someone that speaks frequently. Okay. And can you give an example of a chatterbox?
An example of a chatterbox? I think about some friend around me, but
Mhm.
for example, my neighbor, which is a female,
Uh-huh.
speaks usually very easily about all the subject of the life. Uh, and I was very surprised because I can't do that. Uh, yes, it's the same. But I know one man who speaks with a chatterbox. It's also a neighbor, and sometimes when I invite him at home,
Mhm.
for example,
Mhm.
at the end of the meal, I'm tired because he spoke so much that sometimes I said yes, yes, but
Okay.
I don't listen him.
Okay. You're not being a good neighbor. All right. Do you agree? And I think we've already said that you disagree with this one. You disagree with this one. Um,
I agree
you
that
dis you disagree that women talk more than. Oh, you agree with that. Women talk more than men. You agree with
yes, I agree that women talk more than men.
that. Okay. What about this one? Men only speak when they have something important to say.
I suppose it's real because women speaks a lot about family, which is very important for for them,
Mm-hmm.
normal. But men, perhaps because they are shy, didn't don't speak a lot about their family.
Right.
They speak about their work. They
Mm-hmm.
speak about the argument they had with another man or another couple, but usually they don't speak a lot about family. And women speak a lot about family, about the cooking, about the, the, the daily life of a
Mm-hmm.
woman, which is important for her. Okay.
Okay. What about C? Men and women love to gossip equally.
Mm, I don't think so. I suppose that women like to gossip more than men. Uh, their women are interested in the life of the others, even the famous people uh, in the news, in the TV, and it's not the same for men. For example, the daily newspapers are particularly directed for the women more than the men.
All right. And D?
Men talk more about relationship than women. No, I don't agree with that. Men talk less about relationships than women.
All right. What about this one? Is this what men say? Do men say women talk too much? And do women say men don't talk enough?
They're right. I think men and women are right.
uh,
Men talk too much and women don't talk enough.
yeah, I agree. That's what we probably would feel too. All
For
right.
example, if I choose a correspondent on Skype or a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
usually I only choose a woman.
Okay.
Yes, because I can't discuss easily with a man like as I can discuss with a woman.
Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think that is true. When I talk to females in classes, we almost always have something to say. Men, I don't know. I have to give more information. I have to provide more information.
Okay,
All
so
right,
you agree with me?
I do. I do. All right, we're going to wrap up now, but before we do, I'd like for you to pronounce these words. Then try to use these words as you talk about the article. We've
Okay.
talked about it, but we'll talk about it some more.
Okay.
This word is,
Conflict.
okay, and the next word, just pronounce all of the words for me first. Conflict.
Conflict. Participated. Equally. Meet. Analyzing. Genders.
Good. Okay, now can you try and use all of these words as you discuss or tell me about the article?
If you in a couple, sometime we could have a conflict about the daily life, and I didn't like to participate to this because I think that we're not equal in the argument. The myths are that women are most the myths are that men can't talk as much easily than women, particularly in an argument. If you, in the analysis, if you, I suppose that the genders are so different that you, if you analyze the answer of a man or woman about an argument, you can remark that the men are usually less talkative than women.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, did you use the word equally? I didn't hear it, but you may have used it.
When you have an argument with a woman, you're not equal in the argument.
Okay. All right. We did use all of them now. And finally, let's see if you can match up these words. Equal is the same as?
Equal is the same. Equal, the same. Equal, the same.
Okay. And
Participate.
well, I'll give you the pencil and let you
Okay.
match them up for me.
Okay.
Okay. You should have the pencil now.
Okay. Participate.
Mm-hmm.
Join. Join.
Good. Join.
Analyze.
Mm-hmm.
Examine. Examine.
Examine.
Examine. Myth.
Mm-hmm.
Gender. Gender, male or female.
Very good.
Conflict. Fight.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, myth and true story.
Very good. All right. Let me stop the recording. And do you have a question about any of the things? Release the mouse for me. Okay, I have it. Do you have any questions about anything?
No.